What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. If I'm a bit choppy, I'm processing another video while recording right now. We won't have those issues anymore come December, because during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we're going to get all the parts for an amazing computer, and my brother's going to help me build it. So let's just go ahead and get into this market watch. Ignore me over here. Just look at the screen and the prices if I look weird. Solemn Strike is at $6 over here. Apparently that's down from market price, but last time I looked at it was about $5. It's something you might actually want to get right now, as for the foreseeable future, we don't have a reprint for it. If it's not in that Counter Fairy structure deck, which we already know it isn't, where's it gonna be? It really seems like Konami's giving it the Max C treatment for us, in a sense that they're gonna hold this reprint off for something major later. So I would go ahead and get Solemn Strike. Actually, right now, it might cool down a little bit from here, but I think it's important to go ahead and get it. We see only 26 total prices here, so maybe it was bought out more recently, but we see 40 total prices on eBay, and it's around the same price point, nearing the $6 start. So I think you want to have this. You want to have 3 of these ready no matter what, because formats shift to where back row might become good again. Evenly matched might find a way to get checked, and you'll want to be putting strikes in your back row, or you might even be getting them for free. The Counter Fairy structure coming out will certainly kind of hype this, because there's a structure that's in a lot of people's hands and they're not going to have Solemn Strike. So I really do think you want to have yours now rather than later. Just to note, also on this best-selling list, Trickstars have kind of taken over where the World Chalice kind of used to be, and you might want to watch the Trickstars, because they keep doing things such as first place at the ARG, but they were the only other top tier in full power spirals, and with spirals consistency dragged down, you're probably going to see Trickstars invade the top cut a little more. So I would be watching the Trickstar cards, maybe, if you have an interest in that deck. These are things to get now as well, but with 51 and 46 total prices, I don't see them selling out too fast, but usually when there's a high quantity of a meta card sitting there, you might have remembered Zodiacs even at full. Like, there would be 80 total prices at times, so definitely something to watch. Another card I would get now that's on the best selling is Heavy Storm Duster. There's going to be formats where going first, it's very profitable to set this, and you're not going to care about the battle phase and be able to disrupt their spell and traps. I think this is a very, very good card to have 3 of, and this is about the cheapest you'll ever see it at, despite it being one of the best selling and 92 total prices. Thanks to the special editions, I'm sure there's tons of these running around. It's just something to get now rather than later. It can't really go down from here for the great card it is. Remember Twin Twisters being 10? Imagine this being meta relevant somehow. It'll be 3. But again, it's kind of power crept by Evenly Matched, so we'll have to see something happen with Evenly Matched to replace that. Oh, something else I found hilarious. Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound on the front page. Maybe that OCG support is doing it. But a lot of the front page is invaded by Trickstars for best selling from Code of the Duelist. Now let's go price high to low. Let's see what's going crazy. Firewall Dragon still up there at 42. Reincarnation sitting at 18 where it's been sitting. You know, Spellbook of Knowledge floating between 13 to 15 as always. It really seems pretty stable overall. Everything's floating between the prices they've always floated through. That's why I wanted to show you best selling and really emphasize you probably want to check Strike now. Now let's go through some things that weren't in the Megatins and where they're going. As Spiral's relevance kind of fell a little bit, Coral Dragon has fallen a lot, back down from 18 to about 11. It seems to have been down back for a while, but I had pointed it out when it sold out, and now it's just crept back down to a point of 11. So if you've been waiting to get yours, I wouldn't really play the game of chicken of this price going much lower than this. It could, but I would go ahead and maybe trade for it now. Not go buy it. I wouldn't spend money on this. It's something that I can't see myself playing anytime super soon, but I've seen it in a lot of combo videos, and it's something to consider having at least one of, if not 2. I think 2 is a good number. And be careful not to accidentally buy the oversized promo. You'll be disappointed, as it says it cannot be played in a duel, or maybe you did want that. But be careful not to buy it if you want to play with the card. It's 12 on eBay, which is actually more than TCG, which seems to actually be somewhat of a theme tonight as they fight back and forth in prices. Luna Light Panther Dancer. One of my friends kept saying, don't show this on Market Watch again. Well, we showed it on the joke one with DZEF, but it's actually gone up. $388 versus its market price of $250. It is cheaper on eBay at no. Oh, okay, yes, this is the ultra rare indeed. $320. It doesn't say near mint, so I'm going to check that out. But I saw an OCG one here before it's 4, so it looks like there's only one cheaper if it is indeed actually some kind of a near mint copy. Let's see here. It says used. It does say near mint though, so the seller probably should think about, if it's near mint, just putting it as brand new. We get that it's out of a pack. Nobody should be complaining about that. So indeed, a little bit cheaper over here on eBay for now. Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon actually has a reprint, but it's sitting pretty at $8 on eBay. Cheaper over here at the $6 range on TCG Player. And the common is actually at $2. This is just something that actually did end up getting a reprint, but I didn't know it was money. I had no clue that this common was averaging $2 on market price from, it looks like the Legendary Collections 2, if I'm not mistaken, but, yeah, Legendary Decks 2, and, the original Super is holding up there at $6 to $8. That's pretty insane to me. So if you want to hollow out your Red Eyes deck and you're playing 3 of these bad boys, it actually costs you something. And there's a lot of Red Eyes hype overall. I just wanted to also note that if you have a different version of Red Eyes Weaving, or if you have a Super, you want to check that it's not the old game promo. This is something from forever ago. It's just something to always remember. There's actually 2 versions of this cards. One's worth money, one's not. I've accidentally traded for these before or bought them where I didn't know they were the GX, and I looked later and then I remembered 2 versions existed, so I've been lucky with it. I've probably sold them the same way too though, but like, giveth then it taketh. So just always remember to check your Red Eyes Weaverns, because one's significantly more than the other, although on eBay this card is cheaper. You see 3 total prices on TCG Player. Maybe there was a buyout here. It's $8, $9 on eBay, but it does quickly go up here as well. Oh, I have it on Best Match. Never mind. Ooh, sorry, but talking about non-Megatin cards, much cheaper on TCG Player right now. Just holding the line under the $5 mark is Meteor Black Comet Dragon, where over here it's $7, $7, $7. So very interesting dichotomy there of eBay being cheaper than all of a sudden TCG Player being cheaper. It's back and forth a lot, and that's why I always tell you guys, like a broken record, to check both, because that's a huge price gap here, but then it's also a pretty big price gap here. You could really hype this up. Oh yeah, $14, you got $14. Nah, you don't quite got $14, but it's worth remembering that $7 gap at least to do that. And if you have them, hey, come list them on TCG Player. Maybe it'll sell for you. Shooting Quasar Dragon is just something interesting I was thinking about, because Shooting Star Dragon keeps getting raised up for different reasons. There's not a lot of versions, despite there being a lot of total prices for both. I would consider having a Jump Ultra. I know we have Cosmic Blazar, I know we have crazier things now, but it's a card that hasn't received a reprint in a very long time. I get that it's the promo card from Legendary Collection 5Ds, which means a lot's running around, but it's something to consider having and keeping rather than ever trading off, especially at this cheap price point. So again, kind of these cheap things, make sure you have one in the future. It could be something. Thoughts. And the final thing, I shamed this buyout. I shamed it heavily. Oh, you guys and your crazy Caius buyout over here. It's relisted at 40 from 16. eBay's already trying to make this buyout fail. $22 is what one seller's happy with, but it's been here. It hasn't sold. So obviously Caiuses aren't flying off the shelf for some unknown reason, but this is also a case of, hey guys, if you're just looking on TCG Player, you see a crazy price running around versus, well, if I'm looking over here, it doesn't seem as crazy of a fallout with this here. And this one could sell and it could seem crazy again, then it's only a used copy again. But definitely the person who bought this out is going to have to work very hard to make the price continue to seem up there. And you see, it looks like it was bought out perhaps by multiple people. Maybe the culprits are here, they're just first on the scene after the buyout, and the person never got them in. But all these people have somewhat high quantities of the card, so maybe this is the team that did it. Ooh, people to watch. I doubt it. I'm guessing Best Deals actually had them in stock and was just first on the scene, and people lined up behind them. But thanks for watching today's Market Watch. What did you guys think? Are there a lot of must-haves from this Market Watch that are just cheap right now? I certainly think there are things I'd like to have when they're in the dollar range or cheaper. There are some more expensive ones that have fallen down, but we've seen Coral Dragon get bought out like 3 times now. It has got its reprint in the Megatin. It has no reprint on the Horizon. It's definitely just something to consider. So again, thanks for watching, and this is going to be the only segment where I really tell you guys, hey guys, support me on Patreon, because I had actual people come up to me at YCS Dallas say, hey, you've made me so much on Market Watch, and I'm like, have you considered supporting on Patreon? So this is the only segment I'm ever gonna try to directly show you guys Patreon on. So if you do want to support me, support my content, and support me doing this as a living, do sign up on Patreon. $1 if you use AdBlock. $1 on Patreon's more than you would actually be giving me the entire month with ads. So I super appreciate everyone who does support me on there. I'm looking to try to create special things to give back to you guys, such as if you want to mail in cards and have me, Billy, and Jackie sign them, we can mail those back out to you if you send the return postage. But just, you know, something to consider. Thanks for watching, everybody, and that's your Market Watch for the day. A lot of cards, pretty fast for you guys today.